Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Chalice, and I'm going to be leading you in this 25-minute Pilates mat flow. There will be no props required for this flow. However, if you would like to use them, feel free to grab them. I would suggest no hand weights over 5 pounds, and then just meet me on your mat when you are ready. I'm going to offer a handful of modifications. Feel free to take what resonates, leave what does not. We're going to start with some lateral breathing. So meeting me in a nil position like this or in a crisscross applesauce position, whatever is comfortable. You're going to place your hands on your rib cage. If you want to close your eyes or bring the gaze down low, go for it. You're going to inhale, feeling your ribs expanding out wide to the sides. And on your exhale, I want you to knit your ribs together, waking up your pelvic floor. And when I say pelvic floor engagement, what I'm referring to is a simple Kegel, or when you have to use the restroom sometimes in pee, that quick lift that you do in order to not pee on yourself. So again, inhale, feeling your ribs expand out to the side, and exhale, knit your ribs, engage your pelvic floor. One more time, inhale, and exhale. I encourage you to stay connected to your lateral breathing throughout today's entire flow, but also in any Pilates mat, reformer, or equipment class that you take on the side. Going into our cat-cow, you want to start with your shoulders stacked over your wrist and your hips stacked over your knees. You're just going to start to inhale in, releasing and opening up the heart. And then exhale, you'll scoop the belly in, gazing down at your belly button. Beginning to really make this your own. Invite movement that feels yummy to your individual body. So maybe we flip our wrist. Maybe you make C curves, full body circles, sway your hips side to side. Really exploring what your body is feeling in this moment. Meeting me back in a neutral position, we transition into our knee hovers. We're going to tuck our toes. You're going to inhale in, engage your pelvic floor, hover your knees off of the mat about 1 to 2 inches, and then lower back down on your exhale. And you lift and lower. 8 more and lift, pressing the mat away. For 7. Feel your heels reaching towards the back of the room. 6. 5 more. For 5. Trying not to dump into your low back. Stay scooped in that belly. We're here for 3. 4, 2. Last one. Can you hold the knees up? Holding it here. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Meeting me in a downward facing dog. Beautiful. You're going to begin to pedal out through your feet, just bending one knee at a time. Perhaps you shake your head no and then nod it yes. Maybe you flutter out those lips. And then meeting me back in the down dog. We're going to take our plank walk out, slowly walking your hands to meet your feet at the backs of the mat. You're going to slowly bend the knees and roll your spine all the way up, reaching your arms towards the sky. Chin to chest, round the upper torso, and then walk your hands back out. Find your plank. And pike the hips back up. At any time when you find your plank, if you want to give yourself a push-up, you feel free to do it. If not, you're back to rolling your spine up, reaching your arms up, and rolling down. Walking yourself back up, reaching through the heels of those feet, through the crowns of your head, and pike the hips back up. Walk the hands back in, soften those knees, and roll yourself back up. We won't be here for much longer. And again, melt the chin to chest, roll your spine down, connect to the mat, bend the knees, walk yourself all the way out. You are more than capable. And walk yourself back in. If the plank walkouts are not comfortable, maybe you just hold a plank. Maybe you're on a forearm plank. And also, perhaps, I'm not showing it here, but maybe you're just in those knee hovers yet again. The knee hovers are challenging on their own, so maybe that is where you're meeting me at for this portion of our flow. We're going to do about 2 more plank walkouts, really taking your time articulating the spine as you roll your spine up, reach the arms up to the universe, towards that sky, and then again melting the spine all the way down and walking yourself out to your plank. Being very proud of even coming this far in the practice. I think plank sometimes can be the most challenging or most like overwhelming part of the flow. Last time, reach the arms all the way up. And again, melt the spine down, walk yourself out. You're gonna stay in this plank here. We're gonna go into our saw. Meeting me on your forearms. You're gonna go into your saw. We're gonna rock forward and back on the balls of our feet here. We just did 10. We're here for 9. 8. Keeping your butt down. For 7. Core engage. For 6. 5. Imagine your heels are pressing up against the back of the wall. For 3. 2. Last one, we'll soften our knees when you're ready and meet me in a child's pose position. Pull your hips back, reach your arms forward. Deep breaths in, find your heart rate, find your breath. From here, I want you to start to walk your hands in. We're going to come to our seats. Our feet are going to be pressing into the mat. We're going to go into our half roll downs. Arms are reaching nice and long. You're going to scoop your lower belly, roll over your tailbone, and then you're going to round your spine to come back up. So you scoop the lower belly back and out and round to come all the way back up. Feet stay nice and heavy. You also have the option to bring your hands behind your thighs if that's a little bit more helpful. And remembering our breath. Inhale to prep. Exhale as you scoop the belly and round yourself back. Inhale to come back up. Exhale to scoop and roll back. Keep going. Last one. Scoop it back. Round to come back up. From here, you're going to continue to round and roll your spine all the way down to the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae. From here, I want you to adjust if you need to. You're going to go ahead and bring your legs up to tabletop, going into our abdominal curls, and then reaching your arms up towards the ceiling. We'll take an inhale in, exhale to curl your spine up, and inhale back down. As you're curling up, you're thinking about sinking that lower belly still, thinking about sinking down and out with that transversus abdominis. That's going to be the lowest portion of your core. Knees are staying stacked over those hips. Every time, can you curl up a little higher? Final 2. Last one. We're transitioning into the 100 from here. You're curled up. You're going to start to pump your arms. You're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. So those knees can stay stacked over your hips. If you want to lengthen your legs out to a 45-degree angle, you can. Remember to sink that lower belly. Try not to arch in your spine, however. So if it doesn't feel good there, just bend the knees back in. If for whatever reason this is too much on the spine, too much on the neck, you're going to go ahead and bring your spine down, and then maybe your legs reach up towards the ceiling. Imagine you're splashing water, pumping those triceps. We're almost there. You're doing a sniffing breath here. Up our last round. Once you're there, you're going to slowly step one foot down, then the other. Going into our roll-ups, we're going to lengthen our legs out nice and long, flex through the feet, and then reach your arms back towards the back of that room. Keep pulling your front ribs in. You're going to bring your chin to your chest. Scoop your upper torso and start to round your spine back. Keep sinking that lower belly back as you round through the spine, reaching over the legs. Now to come back, you're going to roll yourself down. Let the lower back, mid back, upper back hit, and then reach the arms back. And again, scoop to come all the way up. Imagine there's an ice cream scooper. I'm scooping your belly. Find that roundness. And round your spine down. Now, if you're having a bit of a hard time with rolling up and down with your legs straight, I invite you to bend your knees and then roll your spine all the way up. And if bending the knees doesn't make it any more comfortable, feel free to keep your knees bent and just go halfway back and then come all the way back up. So maybe you avoid coming all the way down to your backs. Listen to your body and do what works for you. You're going to give me one more roll down, whether it's the modified version or the normal version, scooping to roll yourself all the way up, and then slowly melting your spine down vertebrae by vertebrae. We're going to transition into our single leg circle. So wrap those arms around. You're going to pull your right knee into your chest. Add some movement to our ankles, circling the ankles out, maybe point and flex through the feet, just warming up your limbs a little bit more. From here, I want you to lengthen the right leg up towards the ceiling. You're going to send the right leg towards your left, out, down, and around. Now, while you're doing this, you're keeping that left hip nice and heavy, nice and anchored. Front ribs are still pulling towards your back of your ribs. We're using our pelvic floor, using our core. At any time, for more support, you can also bend that opposite leg so the foot is planted on the ground, just for more support here. I like to place a hand on my hip or underneath my tailbone just to see if I'm doing extra movement. If you're doing some extra movement, let's go ahead and make it a little bit more narrow. And then when you're ready, we're going to take it in the opposite direction. You're going to bring the leg out to the side, down, out, and around. Thinking about all the cueing that I just gave you, staying really nice and stabilized through that left leg. Two more. We circle out, down, and around. Last one. And then you're going to gently pull that right knee back into your chest. And then to open up your hip, right knee goes towards the right, towards your armpit. When you are ready, right leg comes back down. And then we take the entire thing on the other side. So you start by pointing and flexing through the feet, circling out your ankles. And when you're ready, lengthen the left leg up. And you circle it in, out, and around. Being mindful of where you're feeling things, being mindful of what it feels like from side to side. Maybe one side is a lot more easier than the other. Maybe one direction is one easier than the other. And then we prepare for the other side. You take the leg out to the side, down, out, and around. You're here for 7 more. Finishing up this last one. And then we're going to pull that knee into our chest when we are ready. Again, opening the left knee towards your left armpit, keeping that right hip nice and stable. And then when you are ready, left leg will come down to the ground. We're transitioning into our roll up. So go ahead and reach your arms behind your head, scoop your lower belly, round your spine all the way up. Up next, we have our rolling like a ball. This is one of my personal favorites. So I encourage you just to be kind to yourself through this entire experience, but especially now. You can start with your heels together or your toes together, hands on your shins. Find that scoop that we just found in our roll up. From here, maybe the balance is it. Or maybe you fully go for it, rolling yourself back and then use your core to come back up. Try not to roll onto your neck. Keep scooping that lower belly. Option here to maybe bring your hands to the mat and roll to your forearms. Use the core to come back up. So you're constantly thinking about scooping the belly back. Again, if you want to just hold the balance, you can hold the balance. Or I encourage you to at least try it. But again, you know your body better than anyone does, especially me. So do what feels comfortable for you and safe for your body in your space. Final one, meeting me in a balanced position. We're going to transition into our series of 5. Lengthen the left leg out. Perhaps one hand's on the inside of the right leg and the other hand's on the outside. Slowly roll yourself back. And then we have our single leg stretch. You're going to keep switching the legs and switch. If the hand placement feels a little bit like a tummy rub with a head rub, go ahead and bring your hands on top of your knee. It's not a big deal. But you are sinking that lower belly back. Transversus abdominis is awake. Pelvic floor is awake. If you need to bring your spine down, bring it down. If you can stay curled up, you're going to stay curled up for me. You're lengthening, swiping the leg forward, and then using your core to pull the opposite leg in. Final set. You're going to meet me with your knees hugged into your chest, staying curled up, gazing at that belly button. We have our double leg stretch. Legs are going to send forward as your arms reach back. Sweep the arms around, hug the knees back into your chest. Lengthen out, two-way stretch. Scoop it in. And you reach. and scoop. Really expand, take up as much space. If the spine needs to come down, please listen to your body and bring it down. You can always build up to the curl up. We're here for 4, for 3, scoop it in, for 2, last one, reach back, scoop it in, stay curled up, gaze down at that belly button, going into our single straight leg stretch. Right leg sends towards the ceiling, hands behind the calf, left leg extends, and you switch and switch. For this one, if the spine needs to come down, maybe you soften the knees just a little bit. Maybe you just soften the knees and the spine doesn't even need to come down. It's literally whatever your body needs. I want you to pay attention to that. I'm going to keep saying this. Listen to your body, please. Finishing up our last few sets here, seeing how I bent the knees. Again, if you need to, you bend those knees. And we're here for a final set. You're going to go ahead and bend the knees, gaze down at that belly button. You're going to transition into your double straight leg stretch. Arms come down, head comes down. You're lowering your legs down an inch and up. So coming to a 45-degree, nothing is changing in that spine. You are so connected to your ribs, so connected to your core. If you want to interlace your fingertips behind your head and curl up, feel free. Find that control. Think inner thighs, hamstrings, glutes, core. Elbows stay nice and wide. We're almost there. Final 2. Last one. You're going to soften those knees and bend in. Stay curled up. Hug your knees into your chest. From here, we're going to go into our crisscross. Hands behind your head. Send your left leg forward. Rotate towards your right. And you switch. And switch. Keep your pelvis nice and anchored. And rotate. Elbows stay nice and wide. Final 2 sets. We rotate. And switch. Last set. Rotate. And switch. Hug your knees into your chest. Spine comes down. Go ahead and just reach your arms towards the back of the room. Take a nice little stretch through the spine. Good morning stretch. From here, we're going to go ahead into our side lying leg work. So coming down to your left forearm, aligning the back side of your body up with the back of the mat. Angle our feet towards the front corner of that mat. Really press your right hand onto the mat so you can stabilize. Stay lifted through that left side body. From here, you're just lifting the leg up. Side leg lifts and down. And up. And down. You have 6 more. 4, 6. We're here. 4, 4. 4, 3. 2. Last one, we're going to transition into our sweep. So you're going to point your toe, bring the leg forward, flex the foot, pull it back to the side. And you sweep to come forward and back. Keeping your hips nice and stable, nice and secure. Imagine you're moving through a big body of water. Find that resistance, especially as you sweep the leg all the way back. We're almost there. We're here for 3, 4, 2. Last one. Bringing the leg out to the side. We're going to take our leg circles for 8, 7. Keeping your hips nice and quiet. I know we're starting to get tired. We're almost there. We're 3, 2. Reversing your circle. Here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Beautiful. From here, we're going to do some prone and extension work. You're going to lay on your belly. Stack one hand on top of the other, and then place your forehead on the top hand. Core is engaged. Hip bones nice and heavy. We're going to inhale in. On your exhale, you're going to curl, lengthen your spine all the way up. Find that extension, and then come all the way down. And again, lift. Your legs are going to stay nice and heavy. We're just thinking about the upper torso. And you lift. Open up that heart. And lift up. Trying not to dump into your low back. We're almost there. We lift. Last one, I want you to hold this lift up. Can you extend your arms long? Can you start to swim your arms and legs here? We're swimming. Beautiful. We're almost there. And then you're going to go ahead and melt everything all the way back down onto the mat. Transitioning into our swan, you're going to bring your hands onto the mat. Elbows fully pulled in by your sides. You're pressing in, keeping your forearms down, lifting your chest up, and then coming down. Exploring your full swan on this next one, perhaps. Slide your hands back a little bit more so they're more in line with your shoulders. Pressing the hands nice and heavy. You're going to start to lift your chest up, fully extend those arms, draw the shoulders down and away from your ears, and then melt your spine back down. Avoiding dumping in your back, so staying engaged to the core. And down. Inhale on the down. Exhale as you lengthen all the way up. And if your arms are not fully extended, I invite you on this last one to fully extend the arms, find that full expression of the movement, and then meet me in a child's pose position. Pulling the hips back, reaching your arms forward. From here, slowly coming all the way back up, we're going to take the opposite side of our side lying leg series. So whatever side you have not already done, you're just going to swivel around, stacking your forearm down. Hand can be on your hip or maybe it's on the ground, and you're just lifting the leg up and down here. Noticing how you feel from side to side. Do you feel a little bit more grounded and supported on one side versus the other? Noticing what you're feeling in your body. Finishing up on this side, and then we'll transition to our sweeps. You're going to go ahead and start to point your toe again, send the leg forward, and then flex the foot as you sweep back. Being mindful to not add any extra movement. Finishing up on this side, we're starting to circle the leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we reverse for 8, 7, 6, staying lifted for 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Meeting me on your backs for our cool down and stretch. Go ahead and slowly melt your spine down. You can use your hands as support. We're going to pull our right knee into our chest, lengthen the left leg out, circle out those ankles, point and flex through the feet. Left hand comes down to the mat. Open your right knee towards the right armpit, stabilizing through the left side. And then take the left hand, help guide the right leg across your body. Feel free to hold any of these positions maybe a little longer than I'm doing. And then go ahead and pull the right knee back into your chest. You're going to lengthen the leg up towards the ceiling, flex through the foot, and then step your left foot in. From here, let's bend at the knee and lengthen back out. Hands can come behind your thigh as you bend to straighten. Imagine you're pressing the ceiling away. From here, cross that right ankle over your left knee, thread your arms through, grab a hold of your shin or the back of your thigh, and then rock side to side to release that low back. Releasing the hand, bringing the feet back down to the ground, and we'll take the other side. Left knee pulls in, circling out through the ankle, pointing and flexing through your feet. When you're ready, open the left knee towards the left side. Right arm presses into your mat. And then we slowly guide the left leg across the body, finding a twist. From here, we're going to slowly start to pull that left knee back into your chest. Lengthen the leg up, maybe reach for the ankles again. When you're ready, you can step that right foot onto the ground and then just bend and straighten the left leg. That hand can come behind your left thigh, both of them, bending and straighten again. And then crossing your left ankle over your right, finding your figure 4 position yet again, rocking side to side. When you're ready, you uncross. Find me in a happy baby. You can reach for your feet, maybe your calves or the backs of your thighs, rocking again side to side and adding in any movement that you need in this moment. And when you're ready, you can hug your knees into your chest and then lengthen the legs out nice and long. Arms reach above your head for a good morning stretch. Go ahead and turn either to your left or right side, supporting yourself up to a crisscross applesauce position. When you are ready, we're going to take 3 full breaths. Hands come onto your rib cage. We inhale, feel the ribs expand out to the sides. Audible breath out. Again, inhale. Audible breath out. Last one. Inhale in. Audible breath out. You're going to inhale, expand your arms out wide to the side. Exhale, give yourself a big, tight, juicy hug. I want you to remember that you are always deserving. You are worthy. You are loved. You are seen. You matter every single second of the day. We're going to inhale one more time. Expand those arms. Exhale, tighter hug. Tight, tight squeeze. Inhale in. Audible breath out. Thank you so, so much. Feel free to like this video, subscribe, comment below. I hope to flow and work with you soon, whether in person or online. See you soon. Be safe. Be kind. Later.